That leads us to video game 20 questions, where basically, you know how it works, Owen?
I get to ask questions trying to figure out what it is.
Yep,
Right.
basically what it is.
Yeah.
So basically, you, Mike, and Fan are all going against me. I have the game already decided, and you cannot guess the game. The minute you guess the game, it's already done. You guys lose. You have, of course, 19 questions to guess, to get clues, and the last question you can use as your guess. Um, Before I start that, David says his other favorite or his other memorable moment was when his parents bought him a silver GameCube, and
Oh,
also
nice.
playing Luigi's Mansion, Pokemon XD, Gale of Darkness, and Smash. I have to play Pokemon XD, Gale of Darkness because I heard that one is really good. It's an underrated Pokemon game, apparently.
Yeah, I never played that one either.
Yeah, I've
Well,
heard it's good. What's up?
oh, nothing. I just remembered something that well, for a gaming moment was Link to the Past when I figured out how to use the bug net to beat a boss.
You can do that? What boss?
Yeah, man.
What?
Yeah,
What
It's
boss
like a
is
sword. It's like a
this?
sword.
What? I did not know that.
That's
Like that's
crazy. I didn't know
yeah,
that either.
yeah.
yeah. I mean, yeah. The only thing the only thing that I remember Link
No
to the
one
Past
knows what I'm
for.
talking about.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Excuse me. The only thing I remember Link to the Past for was when you're in the Lost World or Lost Woods, and there's that little guy who, if he runs into you, he steals like your rubies and stuff. And when I was a kid, I was afraid of him, and every time I ran into him, I would drop the controller and run away because I was always afraid of there. I could not get like for the longest time, I could not go and get the Master Sword because you had to go through the Lost Woods and stuff like that. I could not do it, and then finally, I mastered on my fear. I was like, no, I'm gonna do this, and I was able to continue the game. Oh man. But yeah, let the games begin with video game 20 questions.
All right. I feel like you did
Okay.
some research and it's gonna be a very obscure
Mm.
game.
I know.
Yeah, like a whole week to prep for this. All right. Uh, we need to, I guess, like same strategy where we narrow down the time period for it.
Yeah, that helped out a lot last time.
Yeah.
Uh,
So,
yeah, we
so we
we
can.
asked Timon if it was like before or after 2000, and that kind of helped us
Okay.
narrow in like a period.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Did it come out after 2000?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, actually, I gotta
So
write this down because I will forget.
Right.
within the last 22 years.
So we can ask if it came out after 2010. We still got 17 or 18
Like
questions.
18 questions.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Or
okay. Yeah,
I'd
I'm good
say
with that.
is 2020 or is 20 questions always yes or no?
yeah.
Yes.
Yes. It has to be a yes or no.
That's it. Sure.
Yeah. So did it come out after 2010?
No.
No.
All
So
right.
in your span, that's kind of
So we
easier.
got a 10-year span. Man, what was I doing between 20 and 2010?
20 and 2010. So
2007
that's
was a great
what?
year for
That's like
games.
That's high
that's like
school and college
Xbox,
for me.
PS2,
that's
PS3.
P that's like P that's like Xbox
Yeah. PlayStation, PS2, Xbox,
and
GameCube.
then it's 360, PS3 and Wii U, I guess. And the
Yeah.
handhelds,
Yeah.
3DS and stuff like that. Or when did the 3DS come out? Was it Did the
But we could
3DS
we,
come out?
we could ask if it was a handheld game because you
Oh,
also have the
true.
PSP and P.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah. There's a lot of game. Is it a handheld game?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
So definitely a home console game.
I feel like we should narrow down the console though. So it's not a handheld, but we should ask if it's on a Nintendo. Uh, uh,
Sony or Microsoft.
yeah. Is
Yeah.
it is it a Nintendo game?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Sorry.
Is it an
uh,
Xbox game?
No.
All right. So definitely Sony PlayStation then.
no
He
handheld.
wouldn't. He wouldn't
Unless
pick
it
a
was
PC game, would
PC.
it?
No,
Like
I
he
don't
wouldn't pick a
know.
PC like Half-Life 2 or
I don't
something,
think he
would he?
was. Yeah, I don't think he was a PC
Right.
game around then.
So to the we can ask if it's a Sony game just to be sure.
Yeah.
How many questions we got left?
You have 15
5.
left, or you have 14 in a guess.
Can I go? Is it a Sony game?
Rephrase that
Or
statement
is it a
by
PlayStation game?
uh I'll say yes.
Is
Yes.
yeah, okay.
Say yes.
That seemed
We'll say
like a
yes.
skeptical yes, so I don't know
That's
what
Yeah.
where I
that
was.
means.
Where I was like, are we talking? Because that's now where I'm wondering, like PC, like, are we talking like Portal?
Hmm.
Because like the
So,
orange box is on PlayStation.
oh, true. Is it on PlayStation?
He said yes,
He
so
said yeah.
kinda. He kinda said
Yeah.
yes. Yeah. Let's see.
I don't. Huh. I feel like we should ask if it's a PC game. Like,
Hey, if you want, yeah, we can. I mean,
that-
we've got 13
like,
questions.
is it a PC game?
No.
Okay,
Okay,
so
so it has to be on
definitely
PlayStation.
PlayStation.
Weird.
Definitely
Say
PlayStation.
yes.
Okay.
Okay, so
It's weird.
so now we
Just a
just
weird.
need to get a genre. Like
Yeah.
genre. Okay. So what should we ask? If it's
I would go with if it's RPG.
is it
Yeah, say he's
RPG?
an RPG guy. So.
Oh, are you asking me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Okay. So that knocks
PlayStation
out.
non-RPG. Okay.
Oh man.
That's yeah.
2000 to 2010.
Okay. What about is it
Is it a first-person shooter game?
No.
Okay.
so no GRP? Okay.
No JRPG. No first-person shooter.
I'm kind of hold on. I'm kind of
What game came out on the PS2?
What game came out on the PS2?
Two.
Or
Between.
no, PlayStation, because the PS3 was out around then too. So it'd have to be. Wait, when did the PS2 came out in 2000, and then the PS3? Yeah, so it'd have to be on PlayStation 2 or PS3. But it's not a JRPG, and it is not
Not a shooter.
a shooter.
Like,
So
is it like a platformer? Is it like a platformer? You're thinking like
Right.
a Ratchet or
Like yeah, Ratchet or
What-
Dax or Bank. Not Banzo. What's his name?
we should ask.
Banjo-Kazooie.
Maybe we should ask if the studio is based in like the U.S.
is it? Is it a first party game?
Oh, that's a good one.
Is it a
no.
first-party game?
Actually, no. It's not a first party game.
Oh, okay. I told you it's gonna be an obscure game. He got mad. He lost twice last
Yeah.
week.
And that's 10 questions.
Yeah. He's picking some like really obscure.
So
PC
they like will
game.
never get like
Yeah.
Katamari Damacy or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's not on our mind, dude. Like,
I'm like looking at like things that aren't like. 'Cause
Is it an
everything-
actual like U.S. game? Like, is he only picking U.S. games that are actually released
yeah,
in
I
the
was
U.S.?
like- I
Like,
was
he's
gonna
not
say-
picking out like a Japanese game that we know nothing about.
By the way, you can't use the computer to research or anything. You have to have your memory.
what about we have 10 questions left. Okay. So what about I don't know what
I
to
think
ask.
it's just
for
like
this
big
one.
games, like
First party.
It's not a first party game. So
Well,
it's
should we
not
ask
like
it one of the big
obscure.
studios like Kojima or Capcom?
that
Kojima
one-
was what Konami.
that still doesn't
Yeah.
narrow it down. I feel like that doesn't narrow it down.
Rockstar. I'm like, was it like Grand
Is it
Theft
a
Auto?
fighting game?
No.
Okay. I was thinking it might have been like Street Fighter, one of the Street Fighter games or something.
Is it
Yeah.
a platformer?
No.
Okay, so it's
Okay.
not a JRPG, it's not a platformer, it's not a fighting game, and it's
not a shooter.
first-person shooter. What
That's
I
what
don't
makes
even
me
think
think
I-
like Grand Theft Auto. Like, is it like action adventure?
would
Type
Grand
game?
Theft Auto
Yeah.
count as a shooter?
Well, we said first.
Well,
person
we
shooter.
said
Oh,
first person
first-person.
shooter. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be yeah,
Right, you're
or
right.
or
you're right.
like Second Son or one of the Naughty Dog infamous games.
Yeah, isn't that first party though?
Infamous and Naughty Dog is, but I'm talking about like that type of genre of game where like it's like third party action. But I would consider that platformer though.
Army of Two.
yeah.
Right. We can
Metro.
We could ask if it's a third-person shooter.
Yeah. Oh, and there's no looking up the game while we're while we're
Oh
doing
no, I'm
this.
just thinking about games.
Oh, okay.
Trying to think of anything that's not. I mean,
So
Metro's
it's
the first
between
one.
2000 and 2010, which I feel like maybe we should
was-
see if it's on PS2 or PS3. Is it on? Is it on? Is it on PS3?
Yes.
Okay, so it's a PS3 game.
PS3 game, not JRPG, not first person.
So it's got to be.
Not-
so it has to be
not
like some type of
platformer.
action, like role-playing game.
Yeah. Well, can it be?
Well, we said RPG. Did we say RPG or JRPG?
Said JRPG.
We were that specific.
How many questions have we got left?
No, you said RPG. You didn't say
Yeah, we said
JRPG.
RPG. Yeah, we said.
Okay, cool. All right, that covers everything.
Okay.
What else is there? Like,
But he said it wasn't first party, so it has.
So,
So it's a
Marty.
game that were released on multiple consoles.
right now I'm like on like a Rockstar thing, or
Yeah.
like a racing game, like a Burnout, or
Oh, maybe we should we see if it's a racing game? I feel like that might narrow it down. PS3 racing game.
Like Gran Turismo. Isn't that a first
No,
party?
that's
game?
the that's a first
Yeah.
party.
But you're talking about one of the other, like Need for Speed or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so if it's on PS3 and it's not a first party game,
What's up, Marty? Thanks for joining the podcast, man.
is it blue? No, I'm just kidding. What?
Yeah, 5 questions and a guess left.
5 questions and a guess. I feel like we're not anywhere close to
Yeah.
narrowing this down. We just know it's on PS3, so there's a set time frame between when the PS3 come out, like 06, 07.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I feel like
So it's-
it was 7, but maybe it was.
I mean, do you want to ask if it's a racing game or?
no.
No. Okay.
We need to. So
We should
I feel like
ask
we
like
need
maybe a
to-
studio, like narrow in on a studio.
There's a lot of studios for 5 questions, though.
Yeah. But I mean, we've already knocked out a lot of the genres, so and a lot of
True.
those studios specifically make just those genres.
What studio are you? Because we need to pick a studio that doesn't specify in RPGs, platformers. What else was it that we asked?
Did
First person shooters.
CD Projekt Red? They made The Witcher and stuff like that, right? Was that on multiple
that-
platforms? Did it come
I
out
don't
around
think-
that time?
I don't
The
think
Witch-
it was on the PS3.
Okay. alright.
Witcher-
Well, I mean, I was thinking like
Witcher
Red Dead
2.
Redemption and
Yeah, that's a Rockstar. I think decent choice.
yeah.
We can ask if it's a Rockstar
Yeah.
game.
Is it a game made by Rockstar? Is it a Rockstar game?
No.
4 question. All right. So it has to be like an action adventure style game.
Who made Grand
Or
Theft
puzzle
Auto? Was it
game.
Naughty Dog? No, that was Rockstar.
No, it was Rockstar.
What games did Naughty Dog make?
They made
Around.
Uncharted, but
Okay.
um,
But then they also
about
make
He was talking earlier how the only VR game he would get was like Resident Evil. Was there Resident Evil on PS3? I'm sure there was. Like what? Resident
Yeah.
Evil 4? Resident Evil. So is it a Capcom
Yeah, there's 5.
game, or is it
Yeah.
we can. Is it a Capcom game?
No.
well, that knocks out a lot there too.
That's 15
Yeah, so it's
questions.
not- It's not Capcom or it's not Rockstar. It's gonna be an obscure game. I know it. Like,
Is it a Square Enix game?
No.
Okay.
No, why'd you ask that? He said it wasn't an
Yeah.
RPG.
Yeah, but they
What was
made
it?
they made more than just RPG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back then those
Yeah.
mainly RPGs.
I mean, like
Yeah.
the first Tomb Raider game.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't. Did that come out before 2010 though?
I think the first one was
like
on,
the Shadow Tomb Raider or the Rise of Tomb Raider,
No.
one of those games,
I
or
thought,
which
I thought the
one?
original one was on 360.
They had like some weird ones, but I don't think that. I think that was before Square Enix bought them.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
I know there's one on the 360. It's like Tomb Raider and the Guardian of Light or something like that. Um,
PS3. Not.
yeah. What was a big action adventure game in those times, in the before times?
In the before.
Before, before I was old enough to drink and partake in wacky tobacco. Like my memory got
Prince,
shot. Like
Prince of Persia.
oh, that's a good one. Oh, was that on PS3 or PS2?
I don't know. I feel like it was like a PlayStation or PlayStation 2 game. I didn't
Yeah, it
have a
was a
PS3, so
PS2
I'm just
game.
kind of
It was a
guessing.
PS2 game, but I
PS3.
think one did come out on PS3. I think it was like
The
the
last
last
one or
one,
something.
the one that was
Yeah.
like shell shaded. It wasn't like
Oh, the bad one.
yeah, the
You're
bad
right.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that one came out
Like,
on PS3.
David, it's not a fighting game. We already asked that.
Yeah, yeah, we asked if it was a fighting game.
Kojima was Konami, right? So like Metal Gear
Yeah,
Solid was
yeah,
like
Oh,
3. Was Metal Gear Solid
oh,
4 on PS3?
yeah,
yeah.
dude.
It
Metal
could be.
Gear Solid
It could
4.
be. It could be
It could
four or
be.
three.
It could totally be a. Is it a Kojima game?
Yes.
I asked that. I just said we should have asked if it was a Kojima studio. I said that earlier.
So it has to be it either. I think Metal Gear Solid 4 is the only one that came on PS3, right? Am I right?
3
No,
was on
didn't Snake Eater
GameCube.
come out on 3?
Was that or
3,
was it on 3 or was it on PS2?
2 was on PS2, 3 was on GameCube, and something else. So I want to say it would be 4, right?
Yeah, I guess
How many
it
more
would
questions do we have left? We got like 3.
You have 2 questions and a guess.
Okay.
So we can try to narrow it down, but I don't know how I would know. We can ask if it's
So
the
Marty's
third.
thing is Revergence or Revengeance, the one when you play Raiden. Isn't that the one?
Oh yeah, that crazy one.
Yeah.
Was that on
Seen it.
PS3?
I thought that one was
I
on.
thought it was a
Ooh,
handheld game.
we can ask if
No,
it's a
that
main. We can ask if it's a main title game, and that'll narrow it down. And then we can ask if it's the third in the series. I feel like that's the best course of action. Like,
like you want to ask if it's the third in the series?
yeah, I feel like that's a legal question, right? Is it the
Yeah.
third game of the series? Like, because you have Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah. What 3 was Snake Eater,
What?
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was 3 on
3.
PS3 though?
That's what I
That's
don't know.
yeah.
I
That's
know
what
it
I
was
don't
on
know.
GameCube. I just don't know what else
I
it
don't
was
know. If,
on.
I don't know if 3 was
Because I
on.
remember I bought it on GameCube.
We should ask if it's a main title game so we can knock out if it's Revengeance or whatever.
But wouldn't that still be considered a main title game? Hmm.
Would it if it's
I mean, I guess
like
it depends on his
main?
definition.
I guess main title definition would be if it's like the main sequence game. You know what I mean? Like 1, 2, 3,
Is
4.
is it a numbered game in a series?
Okay. Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
Is it
yeah,
a
yeah.
numbered game in a series?
Yes.
That has to be.
It has to
I'm
be
pretty.
3.
It's either 3 or 4.
It's either 3 or 4. I think it's 4. Marty says that Snake Eater 3 was on PS2. I think Metal Gear Solid is supposed to be PS3.
Yeah, it would only be if they like were they doing remasters back in the PS3 days? That's the only thing is if they ever did like an HD or whatever. But I know it was on GameCube, so that was like
We can ask if
I don't know when
if
4 came out.
Yeah. Okay. So it's either. So what 3 was Snake Eater. What was 4? Was that the Patriots one?
Yeah.
When you played Old
Guns
Snake?
the Patriots.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We can ask what we can ask if you play what's the snake in 4 what is it Liquid
Old Snake. You play Old Snake or Young Snake?
right?
It's still Solid Snake. I think he's just
Yeah.
old.
Yeah.
It's all snake, right?
Like he's just old. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just say let's just go 4. I mean, we only have one other
Yeah.
question before we have to guess. So let's just say 4.
Yeah. I'm fine.
Yeah, cool.
That's our guess because no
Is
matter
it
what, it's yeah.
Is it Metal Gear Solid 4? Final answer.
Yes, it is. Metal Gear Solid 4. So fun fact is all Metal Gear Solid games came out on PS3 because there was the Metal Gear Solid collection that came out on PS3. So Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, 3, and 4 were all available on the PS3. But when you asked is it a PlayStation game, I was thinking like, are you saying is it like a PlayStation made game, like it was made by Sony, or is it a game that's on PlayStation? I was like, you know what, I'll just say yes regardless.
Right.
Yeah, so that's what kind of stopped me. I was like, what are you trying to ask? I was like, you know what? If I say too much, it might give you in. But yeah, Metal Gear Solid 4 is the answer.
The 4 wasn't on Xbox?
Nope, 4 was a PS3 exclusive.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the only ones on Xbox were Metal Gear Solid 2,
Yeah.
the 2 and 3, and Peace Walker with the HD collection, and then Revengeance. Of course,
And we're still 3-0.
yeah.
Raise it.
I really thought this was gonna stump you because this was to me, it was very obvious. But I was like, when you guys are asking this question, I was like, man, did you guys really forget about this game? Like,
Yeah.
oh man.
I guess that was one of the biggest games that came out on PS3.
Oh yeah, man, that was like one of the best games looking like graphically for sure. Like it to this day, it still holds up pretty well. Yep. Oh, all
Right. A
right.
series I'd like them to remake.
That would be nice. I mean, give us a Metal Gear Solid 1 remake because Metal Gear Solid 1 does not hold up to today's standards. Like, it is very hard to play. Like, sometimes when you hear people say, "Oh yeah, Metal Gear Solid 1 is amazing," you gotta replay. I'm like, nah, it was good back then, but it's one of those games. No, like Ocarina of Time, you can replay and it's fine. But no, you don't think so?
No, you can't.
What?